Aussies trapped in debt. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, let's have a look at this article from news.com.au warning people about, buy now, pay later. Remember when that was just going crazy? I was all excited at the reduction in credit card spending, but, it all went to buy now, pay later, or a lot of it probably did. So, financial counsellors fear for Aussies caught in buy now, pay later debt trap. Now, I've never really used buy now, pay later. I mean, I've gotten rid of all the credit cards except for one for business, and I've limited that to $500 simply because I can't be bothered changing the numbers anywhere. So, some people have explained the benefits to me of buy now, pay later. I can understand it. You can, if there's something you really need, you can buy it and pay it over time. But I'm at a point in my life at the moment where I don't need to resort to that. So one could say a little bit more privileged. Now I can understand why some people may, there's a situation. People either use this stuff because they're being foolish and stupid with their money, probably because they haven't learned the hard lessons that we often have to learn, or out of desperation. And, they need to make some serious decisions, and usually that involves cutting costs significantly and increasing income. But anyway, let's have a look here. Financial counsellors are concerned a particular payment method has created a spiralling money problem with many Australians at risk. Well, I think we already have. We've got a financial literacy problem here in Australia. Definitely have. So let's have a look. Australians are unwilling to end their dependency on the likes of Afterpay, Zip and Hum, even though a growing number of people are seeking help for spiralling buy now, pay later debts. Well, it's a debt. There are always going to be people in trouble. I mean, what's worse, guys? Here's a question. What do you think's worse? The loan sharks, the payday lenders, or Afterpay and Zip? There's one for you to debate in the comments. Where once upon a time installment payments were associated with a clothes and accessories splurge, new research shows more and more people are turning to buy now, pay later to cover essential items such as food, medication, and rent. Well, actually, you can pay your taxes on buy now, pay later. You could probably even pay a share purchase in Afterpay shares with Zip. Wouldn't that be funny? But I mean, if you're using this for essentials, now, is this because people are desperate and can't afford it, or is it because they want to make the most of their money? Financial counsellors say it's a spiraling problem, with the turmoil of the COVID pandemic further embedding buy now, pay later in people's lives to the point where many rely on the system to survive. Is that the right term? Or many people have become dependent on it, perhaps. They've gone a bit crazy with it. The shocking survey from Financial Counsellors Australia reveals a sharp increase in people presenting with buy now, pay later debt in the last 12 months, with 84% of counsellors reporting reporting about half, most or all clients have some form of buy now, pay later debt. Well, yeah, it's become more popular in the last 12 months. It's not really shocking. It's just showing you the growth of that sector. The figure was 31% a year ago. Furthermore, the poll of 250 counsellors shows the ease of opening a buy now, pay later account means consumers are becoming overcommitted with multiple installment debts and ballooning late fees on top of existing credit card and personal loan commitments. The report renews calls for better regulation and protection of vulnerable consumers, saying companies are falling short of their hardship support for those in financial stress. Accessing buy now, pay later credit is frictionless at the start of the customer journey, but many clients and their advocates face significant challenges when trying to negotiate hardship arrangements, the report reads. The study comes after Australians dropped an estimated $5.5 billion over the Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, nearly $1 a minute, and are now turning their focus to Christmas shopping. So this is the concern here, that you're going to get a whole lot of people just racking up this debt over Christmas, which is going to happen, which always happens. I mean, the problem with these things is you're still paying interest. It's just hidden in the cost of the goods because there's now a burden placed on the retailer. Nothing's free. Nothing is ever free. So, but on top of discretionary retail, buy now, pay later is also being used to pay for essential expenses such as groceries, medical costs, and utility bills, with many people not seeing installment payments as debt as they struggle to meet the cost of living. Buy now, pay later is also rolling out across a growing number of sectors, including dining and hospitality, hospital and healthcare, and childcare. Afterpay and Zip are the main buy now, pay later players in Australia, while the increasingly crowded fintech space also includes Hum and Bundle, Latitude, Split, Klarna, Brighty, Laybuy, isn't that the original? OpenPay and PayRide. Oh boy. While some financial counselors know buy now, pay later can be a useful product for a cohort of consumers, the issue is that without adequate safeguards, it can too easily cause harm to others. The problem is you've got people that have got no control. It's always what this all comes down to: lack of education and lack of control. The Commonwealth Bank, for example, told a parliamentary inquiry last month that customers who use buy now, pay later loans in their 2021 financial year were more likely to overdraw their accounts. One of the themes of the Financial Counsellors Australia report, however, is that many people do not want to lose access to the product and will prioritise payment of buy now, pay later debts over essential living expenses. Well, that's their own stupidity then, isn't it? This, of course, only exacerbates financial stress in the long term and has implications for other creditors. Financial Counselling Australia said, ultimately, when people find themselves unable to pay their buy now, pay later debts, they need to be able to access an appropriate hardship response from their provider. Maybe we need to have a situation in place where if someone misses, say, 3 payments on one of these situations, one of these buy now, pay later things or credit card things, they need to do a mandatory financial literacy course. Or maybe we need to have it as a requirement to even get a credit card or get any debt product. You need to have some financial literacy. Why not? Put it into high school education. Or maybe a minimum IQ level. No, that won't make a difference. I can't imagine your intelligence would make that much difference in your spending habits. I think you have people being stupid no matter how smart or dumb they are, really. The reality, however, is that both customers and financial counsellors experience barriers when seeking to address repayment difficulties with buy now, pay later providers, the report said. Counsellors are therefore calling on the government to commission an independent review of buy now, pay later to develop a fit-for-purpose regulatory response. They say buy now, pay later is credit and should be grasped like other credit products by the National Credit Code. However, given the different buy now, pay later business models, the exact form of the regulation needs to be determined, the survey said. We note that both the UK and New Zealand governments are currently undertaking similar reviews. Given the growing popularity of buy now, pay later, the evidence from our survey and the previous analysis from ASIC, a similar review in Australia should be a priority. Well, there we go, everyone. People with mounting debts. Now, some suggestions. If you find yourself to get out in debt like this, there's 2 ways to attack it. There's the snowball and the avalanche method. The snowball method focuses on total debt size as a priority. Make minimum payments on each debt monthly. Make extra payments on the smallest loan. The idea here is that you're going to get the psychological benefit of beating a debt. When it's paid off, move to the next highest loan and keep going. The avalanche techniques focus on the highest interest possible. Make minimum payments on each debt monthly. Make extra payments on the highest interest rate loan. When paid off, move to the next with the next highest interest rate. Now, I prefer the snowball because you get instant feedback. So you've got a small debt of $500. You pay it off quick. Boom. Onto the next one. Onto the next one. You ignore interest. The avalanche is the smarter method, but you won't get the psychological feedback. that you're succeeding in your mission. And if you're in a financial mess like this due to self-control, you need some wins. And the snowball method will give you the wins. And just get rid of Afterpay. Get rid of Zip. Get rid of your credit cards. Because this is crazy. If people are going into debt to buy worthless consumer items, try and sell those things that you buy. Anything you buy with the credit cards or the Zip or the Afterpay, try and sell it again and see what you'll get for it. It's not quite worth it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out this video about living the debt-free life. I highly recommend. That's a goal we should all aspire for. What do you reckon? Now, if only our governments, if only they'd look for living the debt-free life, wouldn't that be great? Anyway, guys, see you next time.